Okay, welcome to your first Vodcast. This is Vodcast 1.1 for Microscopes. You'll have to forgive my voice. It's a little shot, I think, from allergies, but otherwise, doing good. So, what you're going to be doing here, guys, today is we're going to be going over the microscope, go over the parts, some techniques, some things you may not have gone over before, and these are things that we'll be using together in class. So let's get started. Now, to make things a little bit more interesting, from time to time, I may just change the camera angle or make myself say, I don't know, look a little different. All right, now I got your attention. So let's go through a few things on microscopes. Let's take a look here. All right, so let's start with the basics. When you're using the microscope, we're going to be using a thing called the microscope, obviously, and then the flex cam. We've got flex cams that hook to all of our laptops that we have in the classroom, and you guys will be trained on how to use these flex cams at a later point in time. So let's start with some of the parts. First one you're going to be using is the ocular lens. All right, it magnifies about 10 times what you can see with your eyes. You'll notice a couple numbers on the screen. You'll see this nice WF 10x. That actually tells you the magnification. For all of our concerns, we're not going to worry about the other numbers. Next, you have your objective lenses. These are what actually allow you to really choose what magnification you want to be on. Our microscopes are fixed with a 4x, which is a scanning lens. It's great for finding things. A 10x, which is considered our medium power, and a 40x. The 10x and the 40x are great for looking at exact details. Again, you'll notice a ton of different numbers on the lenses, but we're only concerned with the first number, which in this case in the picture says 40. That's going to tell you our magnification. And as we cruise along. Okay, you have the stage, the big gigantic black flat surface. That's where your slides go on. Right, this is the surface will actually mount all of your slides. To hold them there, we use the stage clips. All right, the stage clips hold the slides in place. You make your life a lot easier. If you don't use the stage clips, if you even just slightly bump the slide, forget it. You're missing what you're actually supposed to look at. Now, some other basic parts. The light and the switch. Word of caution, when you first turn the microscope on, it's going to take some time for the bulb to light up. It's a fluorescent, so give it a few seconds. Don't sit there and flip the on and off switch constantly waiting for it to go on. Cruising to the other side. The diaphragm. Now, the diaphragm is a great tool that you guys probably never really used in 6th grade. It's used to actually control the amount of light that comes up into the lens. So, if you turn that wheel and there's a really large circle, that's going to let more light in. If there's a really small circle, that's going to let less light in. The two big funny knobs, what the heck are they and what do they do? Because nobody ever seems to really know. So the first big knob is the coarse adjustment. That's going to move that stage up and down quite a bit. All right. So coarse adjustment, we use it on low power. All right. We can also use it on medium power, and it adjusts the stage. And again, it moves the stage quite a bit. So we only use it on those two powers. We do not use the coarse adjustment on high power. It's a great way to damage the lens and destroy a slide. Now, the fine adjustment, the little tiny knob that when you turn it, it doesn't look like it's doing anything. You've got to turn this thing forever and nothing's happening. Something actually is happening. If you take notice, all right, first off, the fine adjustment's used on medium power and definitely always on high power. We don't use anything but the fine adjustment on high power. So that'll be the first thing. Now, notice the lines. I don't say this for my own good. You'll see these funny looking lines on your microscope, all right? These lines right here do a couple of things. You'll notice this line right here will actually move in between this line and this line. Doesn't look like it, but if you turn it quite a bit, as I'm about to show you in this video, you'll actually notice that it really does move. So it's actually moving your stage up and down. All right, so here's a very bright idea. Is that cheesy enough for you? All right, I'm just going to show you really quick that, believe it or not, when you turn the fine adjustment, it actually does do something. So I'm going to show you real briefly here in this video. So if you notice as I'm turning that dial, all right, if you watch those two lines and you watch that line on the left, that line on the left is actually moving, all right, in between those other two lines. Now, what piece is actually moving on the microscope? The plate all the way out in the front, the very front, is actually what's moving. So if we play that one more time, The plate the knob is on isn't moving, but the actual plate all the way in the front, that is actually what is moving on the microscope. Okay? So if you look at your screen, this plate right here is moving. All right? So again, your coarse and your fine adjustment. So coarse, just to review, coarse is on low power and can be on medium power. Your fine adjustment is only used usually during medium and high. Again, you never use the low power on high. You never use the coarse adjustment on high power. Let's try that again. All right.